Hi, welcome to Sue Marie P. My name's Sue. Today I'm going to share what I bake with buckwheat flour. You're probably wondering, what is buckwheat flour? It's not a wheat. It's actually kind of a nutty style of grain, which is naturally gluten-free. It's from the Rhubarb family, and all over the world they've been baking with it for many, many years. It's kind of a weird looking grain. It's kind of this pyramid shape that is quite green. I'll pop a close-up photo above. And you buy it in little packets like this at the supermarket. You can boil it up like rice or quinoa and have it savoury, but it's also really good in baking. So when you look at it, it's kind of got this greyish hue. And when you eat it, it's a little bit of a nutty flavour, so it's a bit more of an acquired taste. And when you first start baking with it, it doesn't perform like wheat. It's quite tricky to make cakes really fluffy. So you just need to play with it and work out the best way to bake with it. And it's quite difficult to bake bread with. I'm still challenged by baking bread because it doesn't have the structure of a wheat flour. You don't have that real elasticity, gluten kind of stretchiness. It's perfect for things like bellini. I've been experimenting with a new recipe, which I'll release a video very soon. They're like little tiny mini pancakes which you have like for canapes or hors d'oeuvres for savoury. One of my most popular videos on YouTube is my buckwheat cake 3 ways. I challenged myself to see if I could make a base recipe, and I've made a carrot cake, a banana cake and an apple cake, all with the same recipe. So I'll pop the link up above. I love buckwheat with coffee, and so I've made a recipe called my buckwheat coffee bread, or it's like a banana bread but with coffee. I'll also pop the link up above. Buckwheat is really great in pancakes. I love fluffy pancakes on the weekend, and when I'm not eating spelt flour, which is my other go-to flour, I like having buckwheat pancakes. I'll share the link above as well. I've got a great recipe for blueberry muffins. I love the flavour of the blueberries with the nuttiness of the buckwheat flour, and that one's really popular as well. There's a famous style of cake that comes from the northern area of Italy called South Tyrol. It's where the Dolomites are. So it's a famous kind of mountain cake, and it's kind of a dense sponge cake that's made with buckwheat and ground almonds, and they slice the cake in half, spread jam in the middle, and then dust it with icing sugar. I've developed a recipe for that as well, and I love that kind of cake, and I'll pop the link up above. Oh, I'm just trying to remember how to say it in Italian. Toto grano saraceno, and in German it's Buckweizentorte. Hopefully I've said that right. Buckwheat crepes have been made in Brittany, where crepes first came from in France, and they're often called galettes. And so the buckwheat crepes go really well with savoury galettes, but we also like them with sweet flavours. I'll pop my link for my buckwheat crepe recipe up above. And as I said before, the buckwheat bellini recipe will come out very soon. If there's anything that you're wanting me to bake in buckwheat flour, or you're curious to know more about buckwheat flour, pop a comment below. If you're really experienced with buckwheat flour and there's something that you want to share with me, your favourite recipe, let me know in the comments below. Hope this video has been informative and insightful, and I'm always learning and willing to hear anything that you have to share. Any tips on baking with buckwheat, let me know. Thanks for watching. Stick around and I'll pop more links for my buckwheat recipes above, and I'll see you next time. Bye.